Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Randy Chambers, founder of MyRealEstateTrainingPro.com and Nolan Homes Project. Guys, I'm super excited, guys, because this is the last video of our 10-part video series of income shifting, guys. So I'm super excited because, as you guys know, I took on a challenge called the 30 for 30 Challenge, meaning that we're going to help 30 families over the next 30 days to get on a journey to financial personal success, meaning financial freedom, which means that they'll never have to work again in their life, right? So over the past 9 videos, guys, we went over some things. I'm not going to recap very long. I encourage you to go to my YouTube channel to watch those videos, or go to my personal Facebook page and click on the video section. But real quick, in the first video, we talked about the 2 financial objectives that everyone has. That's number 1, to be able to sustain your current lifestyle, which is paid for by your labor today. Meaning you just want to pay your bills on time, right? Your cell phone bill, your mortgage, your car note, etc., right? You want to have a roof over your head, food on your stomach, right? And then the second financial objective is to be able to create and sustain your future lifestyle. And your future lifestyle is created by the investments you're making today, right? So I want you guys to understand that government tried to help out to help you with your future financial objective, right? And they did that in the form of Social Security. But right now it's more like it's social insecurity, because there's not enough money for people to sustain now their lifestyle. So imagine when you get to a point in your life that you're going to need Social Security, it's not even going to come close, right? So Social Security, the government tried to help, that didn't work. Then the corporation came in and said, we're going to implement pension plans, right? So you work 40 hours a week for 40 years, then you retire with the same paycheck that you were receiving throughout the 40 years. Well, those days are basically gone. You barely have any pension, so that doesn't work. So now you're stuck to be able to sustain, to be able to create your future lifestyle yourself, right? But most people are in a negative cash flow cycle, which means they have more bills left over at the end of the month than they do cash. So since they have no cash left over, they can't invest today, which means they're delaying their future lifestyle, okay? So at some point you want to retire and be financial freedom. And I'm here to tell you guys, you have greatness in you. It is possible for you to be free, guys. I've learned and been blessed by multi-millionaires to teach me the finance game and real estate game, and I implemented those strategies in my life, and I'm giving you the game so you can implement those strategies in your life. So I'm telling you guys, it's possible. You just got to get around some people who's willing to share this with you, because it's not being taught in our school system. You already know this, guys. Financial literacy is not being taught in our school system and in our communities. So you got to get around some people who are going to teach you this. We also talked about in the past videos, the 4 challenges that's keeping you back from attaining those 2 financial objectives. And those 4 challenges were inflation, which we like to call our silent income killer. The second challenge was taxes, or we call it the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? Because it's cutting away 1/3 of your paycheck before you even get it. Then we talked about the third challenge, which is debt, what takes away the second 1/3 of your income. And then the 4th challenge we talked about was big business, that takes away the third of your income, right? So which means that's 3 out of 3. That makes a whole. So now you have no money left over to invest, right? And so that's called a negative cash flow cycle. But then we also went into the 3 solution, which is cash flow management. We learned there's a big difference between income and cash flow. Income is measured in dollars. Cash flow is measured in time. So the objective is to be able to minimize your taxes, right? And that's what we teach in our strategies legally, right? You want to be able to minimize your expenses, right? And to be able to pay off your debt. So imagine for a moment that you don't have a mortgage, you don't have a car note, you have no credit card bills. How much cash flow would you have then? Okay? So we talked about that first solution, which is cash flow management. The second solution was 1099 income. So you want to get yourself in a position where you're earning 1099 income, which is business income. So now you're in a position where you can write off your lifestyle. Because as a W-2 employee, you go to work, you're taxed, and then whatever left over you receive. Okay? But as a 1099 income, it's just the opposite. Your business goes to work, and then your business spends on your lifestyle, and then your business is taxed whatever is left over. That means that's lowering your tax percentage rate. That makes sense? And then the third solution we talked about is investment income. Well, if you're making an investment off of capital gains, etc., then you're taxed in a less less than 15%, right? So the idea of income shifting is to be able to shift your income from the highest tax bracket of the W-2 down through a 1099 income down to an investment income. So that's what we want you to be ultimately, is on the investment side. Whether you're investing in stocks, bonds, right, municipal bonds, or maybe you're investing in real estate, etc., right? So there's many different avenues that you can invest with. We don't have a Series 6 or 7 license. I want to be clear. That's my disclaimer. We simply educate, right? So we don't tell you what stocks to buy, etc. We just give you the information, the education to be able to make a sound decision based on the wisdom that you require. Now, I'm personally am an active real estate investor, right, and developer. I'm based out of New Orleans, but we're able to invest in other cities as well, right? So I'm also a mentor and coach to hundreds of students all across the country, where I'm teaching them how to invest in real estate successfully. There's several different ways that you can invest, right? You can literally get started, which is called a bird dog or a property locator. And so this strategy doesn't take any money or cash. You simply go out and find properties that's off the market, that's proven to be distressed, and you send that information over to an investor in your local area. If that investor buy that, then that investor will pay you anywhere between $500 and $1,000 for that lead. So that's a way to be able to earn some extra income, get in the game of real estate, to even see if there's something you want to do, right? The next way you can earn some money in real estate is called wholesaling, which means that you learn a skill set to go and find properties to flip. So you're going to learn what type of properties to flip, how to evaluate these deals quickly and easily, and then you'll be able to get this contract signed by the motivated seller, and you actually sell your right to the contract. Okay? So you're not really flipping the house, you're actually flipping the contract. To give you an example, you have an investor that's looking to invest, right? Because they want to be in that 15% tax bracket, right? Their money is making money, right? They're using the concept that we talked about earlier that Wall Street used, is cash, asset, cash. You take some cash, buy, build, and grow an asset that's going to generate you more cash. So for the people that's already on the side as an investor, they're looking for good deals, right? So when you bring a good deal that they're going to potentially make, $40,000, $50,000, $80,000 off this one flip, or they might cash flow real well off this property, when you bring that deal to them, you may have found the property and got into contract between you and the seller, let's say for $60,000. We like to call that the A to B contract. For $60,000, you in this contract. But the profit margin is, like I said, $50,000 to $80,000. So you find an end buyer, an investor, and you sell it to the investor for $70,000. You see that? So we like to call that the B to C contract, where you're selling this to your end buyer for $70,000. So the difference between is $10,000, which is called a wholesale fee. You get to keep that. Now, you just flipped a contract. You just made money investing in real estate without using your own cash or credit. Now imagine what you can do with that $10,000 that you just made. Would it be possible to pay off some of your debt? Because remember, in our strategy, we teach you how to snowball your debt, right? But what if you could do that once a month? Because if you could do it once, you could do it again. So that's another way to better make some money in real estate without using your own cash or credit. A third way you can make money in real estate is actually being a landlord, cash flowing, right? So if you don't want to deal with the headaches of the tenant, you get you a company that can manage the tenants, right? Manage your properties, right? Pay them a small fee. Usually it's like 10%, right? Or whatever the rent is. But now you're having this asset that's cash flowing you month after month. I want you guys to get that. Because your bill is residual. Your bills come in residual. I've never met anybody that paid off an energy bill before, right? I've never met anybody that paid off a cell phone bill. That bill keeps coming in. So if your bills is coming in on a residual basis, doesn't it make sense for your income to come in as a residual basis? So that's where you can have an asset, whether it's a stock that's giving you dividends monthly, cash flowing, or as a rental property that's bringing you cash flow in. The ultimate goal is to be able to make money without labor. That's the definition of our concept called income shifting. Now, the last way you can make money in real estate is actually being a bank himself. You may not want to flip a property. You may not want to cash flow a property, but you're willing to loan your money out for a good interest rate. And when you loan your money to an investor who's investing in real estate, your money is backed by real estate. Okay? So it means if anything happens, you simply foreclose on a home and you get the asset, right? Because the asset is already at a deep discount. Okay? So I love real estate because it gives me that extra cushion, that extra protection. Okay? You also have insurance policies, right? Whether it's flood or either homeowners. If something happens to the home, you're paid out, right? So these are things, these are different strategies I want to share with you real quickly, how you can make money investing in real estate. But guys, you cannot get yourself in a position to do it in a major way if you're in a negative cash flow cycle. So again, income shifting, guys. This is the last video of our 10-part video series called Income Shifting. And I want you guys to understand this. Income shifting is strictly the concept of making money without labor. So we want to take you from where you're at right now as a W-2 employee and move you through a 1099 and get you to the point where you can invest. Now, if you already have a business, you don't have a job, then that's great. You're already one step ahead, but we're still going to help you, right? We can still help you, take you from that 1099 and get you into the investment world, okay? Having said that, guys, text me, guys, right now at 504-270-1314. Text me investment. Text the word investment to 504-270-1314, and I would 270-1314, excuse me, and I will send you some information to help you to get on your journey to financial personal success, which is financial freedom. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video series in the future. Take care.